Stranger Things is back, and I mean that wholeheartedly. After a 3-year hiatus, the hit Netflix series is back, and they definitely started off with a bang in my opinion. In these first 4 episodes of Season 5, which is the final season, Netflix made the executive and I believe the smart decision in dividing the season into 3 parts, 3 volumes. The first 4 episodes, which is the first volume, which dropped Wednesday, November 26th, and the next 2 volumes releasing Christmas Day and New Year's Eve. And now, after watching these first 4 episodes, I can say they definitely did not disappoint. We pick up 1 year after the fallout of Season 4, where Vecna had successfully opened all 4 gates upon Hawkins, Indiana, and killed quote-unquote Max Mayfield, who I'll get into later. With the remaining members of the party still active, they have one goal in mind: find and kill Vecna, and the Duffer Brothers do a sure hell of a good job standing up to that. The year is November 3rd, 1987, just a few days away from the anniversary of the day Will Byers went missing on November 6th, 1983, so many years ago, which we open up on in this flashback of a young Season 1 Will being stuck in the Upside Down, giving us more clues and answers than we've ever known, and finding out that Vecna and Will have a deeper history than we really thought. I want to talk about some of the character standouts from these first 4 episodes, in my personal opinion, because there are a few. Yes, well, everyone brought their A game and did a great job, like usual, from David to Millie, Caleb, the usual. But these were the characters that I felt really stole the show and really made me invested when they were on screen.
Coming!
Mike Wheeler. Honestly, a character I didn't expect too much from coming into this season, but it definitely blew my expectations. Bringing back the leadership role that had been unfortunately absent from his character in the past 2 seasons, but he is back and better than ever. Mike really solidifying that leadership role that we were told would make a return, and it sure did. Not even just that, but there's a new aspect that was given to his character this time around, and that is a big brother protector role for his little sister, Holly Wheeler. And when she unfortunately gets taken by Vecna, he will do anything in his power to get her back safely. The acting and emotion from Finn Wolfhard this time around is definitely a huge plus, and is a bit different from the previous seasons. There is a sense of maturity and respect with Mike Wheeler's character around, not the angry, loudmouth, and annoying character that we all gotten tired of from the past 2 seasons. I would honestly say this is the best the character has ever been, and Finn Wolfhard's best portrayal and performance as Mike, and I can't wait to see more and what else he brings to the table. Continuing on the Wheeler family train, Holly Wheeler, a character in the past who has been basically a shadow up until this point, but now she has a huge part of the storyline, more than ever. Holly is at the pinnacle of this story. We open up on her. That was done for a reason, for us as the viewers to follow her through this journey that she embarks on. Nell Fisher is now playing the titular character, and what she is able to bring to this character and to the story, she is able to do with this character that has had a history of not being that important to the story at all is very impressive. Holly struggles with a rough home life, dealing with the constant arguments coming from her parents, which causes her to meet her new friend, named Mr. Whatsit, aka Vecna, who manipulates and takes Holly into his weird, twisted wonderland. The performances given by Nell Fisher, especially in episodes 2 and 4, are some of the best acting I've seen from a young actor on this show since Millie in the earlier seasons. She's really come in and stepped into her own with this character. Every tear, every scream, it was all worth it, and I truly do hope we see more of her in the next 2 volumes.
I felt so free.
This is a character I never thought I would see myself liking this much, but I truly did. I loved what they did with Robin this season. It was amazing. Maya Hawke gave a heartfelt and lovable performance this time around, and she really tapped into something very different than we've ever seen from her character before, especially in seasons 3 and 4. I felt she was more used for comedic relief more than anything in those past 2 seasons, especially in season 4. But this time around, they gave her a much greater and bigger purpose, an emotional arc with another character, Will Byers. The scenes those two shared together on screen always grabbed my attention. No matter what it was something that made me laugh, made me cry, or just made me happy. It was something beautiful, or something just emotional that made you feel something. Giving her a big sister-like role to Will was the best option for these two, especially with Will. With these two characters being LGBTQI+ representation, it made for a beautiful arc that really benefited Will and served Robin for a greater purpose than we all expected, helping Will find a voice, loving himself, and truly finding his identity and who he is and what he is with. Some of the most beautiful writing and scenes I've ever seen from a show. Robin was a character I never cared too much about, honestly, because the show never really gave me a reason to care about her until now. And from what I've seen of her so far, I can't wait to see more because she really surprised me this time around.
It's coming for them.
Oh, William Byers. This is his show. And if that wasn't clear from before, it's definitely very clear to me now. This entire show has been is about him, for crying out loud. We open up with him on a flashback, making it known that this season will be centered around Will and what happened to him. And honestly, it's about damn time. I really had a dislike for what the character had become in the past 3 seasons, how diluted he was to just basically being a secondary background character, just there. And it was truly disappointing to see, as we had been following this character since the very beginning, for crying out loud. The whole story, the show, started with his character. And to see him become what he became in the last 3 seasons was a disservice. So truly, I feel that this is their way of repairing all the bad that they have done with the character Will. Noah Schnapp does an amazing job this time around with his performance as Will. I would definitely say his acting has matured much more compared to the last 2 seasons. The whole arc they gave Will about him finding himself and struggling with his identity of being gay was done really well and in great taste, in my opinion, especially with how they handled the whole being in love with Mike situation. But that's where Robin came in, to give him the help that he needed and the confidence, and to show him that you don't need to love somebody else to love yourself. You are beautiful exactly the way you are. And I just really thought it was beautiful the way those characters just shared the screen together, especially the tunnel scene. The acting and emotion coming off of Noah and Maya really had me hooked.
About me. I was looking for answers in somebody else, but I had all the answers. Just needed to stop being so goddamn scared. Scared of who I really was. Once I did that, I felt so free. It's like I could fly, you know? Like I could finally be Robin. Yeah.
My eyes almost watered, locked right onto the screen. Made me a bit emotional, because regardless if you're a homosexual or not, I think the universal theme and message that was being told in that scene spoke to everybody. I think that the scene spoke about identity and loving yourself and accepting who you are, no matter what you are or what you identify with. It's a very universal and beautiful story. And what the Duffer Brothers were able to do and how they wrote it into the story was amazing. And I think that's what led to the reveal of that character at the very end of episode 4. Will has powers. I think we all believed it. We all expected it. But deep down, we all didn't really see it coming. And when I tell you, when it happened, I had complete chills all over my body. I still do, even talking about it. Recording this is giving me chills. And it was a great way to end off the episode with a cliffhanger until the next batch of episodes. Like me and the entire internet right now theorizing, how does Will have powers? When did Will get powers? How is this even possible? These are all the questions I expect, and I truly believe will be answered in the next 2 volumes. But I have no doubt in my mind, thinking that due to Will's deep connection with the Upside Down and the Hive Mind, and his deep history with Vecna, played some big part into how he has discovered these newfound abilities.
Hi.
Max Mayfield. Now, I said I was going to briefly talk about Max, because we do see her, and we do get bits and pieces of her. Not that much, but from what we do see of her, it is very interesting. The last we've seen of Max, she was basically dead, and is now in a coma. So everything we do see of her is through the mind of Henry Creel, aka Vecna. They gave us a brief exposition of what she's been up to since the last we've seen of her. She's been traveling, running, trying to find her way out and escape Henry's mind. And by the time we meet her, she's somewhat given up, defeated. She's accepted her fate, and some may say is ready to just die. They're definitely building up something very big with her character, along with Holly. That's the last we see of those 2 characters in episode 4. So the next time we see them again, in volume 2, I would assume it would be building up towards their grand escape. One of the episodes this season, episode 6, is titled Escape from Camazotz. Camazotz, a word that's brought up a ton so far in these past 4 episodes, because it's based off the book, From a Wrinkle in Time, which plays a huge part in the storyline as well. And honestly, I can't help but to believe that that episode will have everything to do with Max and Holly escaping Henry's trap once and for all. Coming out of these 4 episodes, there is a sense of a huge excitement for wanting more in my part. This season started off with a bang, hopping back into this world with these characters, as if we never left them. Everything just kept getting better as I progressed through these episodes. Basically 4 long movies. It's exactly what they were. From the sound design, the VFX, and the score, everything kept me hooked, my eyes being locked directly onto the screen, not wanting to pull away. The Duffer Brothers really started off with a bang and kept going. They promised us greatness, and they gave us that. Each episode got better and better. Even with a shorter runtime this year around, it worked for a better paced story. Nothing felt like it dragged along, and it felt like useless filler. I came out of this very satisfied, and probably like most of you, I did not come out of this too disappointed. I'm extremely excited for what comes next. I started this video where I said Stranger Things is back, and I meant that. And if they're able to keep this momentum going, we are in store for something truly special, and a great send-off to this story, these characters, and everything we have fallen in love with over these past 10 years. The final adventure is just beginning, and we are in for a ride.